So finally got home after EA Play, and here's a bit more squads gameplay. Since I didn't really have a good internet connection there, at least I could have made the video and then I just upload it and do that sort of stuff when I get home. And that was kind of the gameplay I had, and that was the official sort of side of things, like use this gameplay for now. So let me tell you a little bit about the game. I mean, I got to play it for about half an hour, and I know it's quite a few different things. I mean, there's lots of things that, look at that, there's a bit of tank surf in there, which is nice. He's going to get wrecked soon. But there's quite a few different things that you'll find out when you're going to get to play the game yourself. I mean, you'll get to play it at some point. It's probably going to be around September. That's when the beta is going to be, since the game is coming out in October, and they're going to need a couple of weeks to tweak it and all that sort of stuff. Now, there were a few bugs. I mean, this is pre-alpha. I did get stuck in barbed wire. I did get sort of stuck in walls and all that sort of stuff, but that doesn't really matter at this stage because it's just a pre-alpha game. One of the cool things that I want to mention first is the animations that you just saw there. It's really cool when you get inside a vehicle. It looks like you're opening the doors. You're sort of doing all the steps, and it's just kind of cool. I mean, in battle, maybe that's going to be a bit too much because you want to get into a vehicle really quick rather than sort of doing an animation for it, which might take an extra second, and you probably will get shot as you're trying to get into a vehicle. I haven't really shot anybody as we was getting in yet, but we'll just have to test that out when we get to play the beta. I started playing the first match. I just got in for sort of 15 minutes or whatever, and I played as the Recon. I went 18-2 for a match. Love the Recon. It's pretty much what you use to the sniper rifles. Not really too much of a difference. I mean, you've got scopes. There's a way for you to get all sorts of attachments. I think there's actually a way for you to remove some scopes. So that's going to be pretty cool. You also have a little pistol, like a side thing, which is a gadget, which is basically a flare that you can spot enemies with. So that's kind of cool for using the sniper. And then you had just a few other gadgets as a sniper. Like I said, it's early alpha and there's not going to be everything in there just yet. Then I tried out the assault for a little bit. On the second run, basically the first run, the whole sort of 15 minutes, I just went as a sniper. Like I said, I went 18-2, and that was pretty much it. The second time round, I kind of killed myself a couple of times just so I can use some of the weapons and some of the different classes, and I noticed the weather and everything. So basically the dynamic weather system, what they're trying to do, say you're playing this map, you might play this map on a casual sunny day. You might play this map with rain, or you might play this map with Snoop Dogg puffing his puff and making it all smoky-like and foggy. So that's kind of the new Levolution. If you're thinking what the next sort of Battlefield is going to have a little bit different, we had Levolution in Battlefield 4, we had all sorts of other things, like we had that huge destruction in Bad Company 2, and I'll get to that in a second in this game. And this time it's going to be dynamic weather and some other cool stuff like that, which are going to be completely different. I mean, we're going to have sort of sandy maps, deserty maps. You're going to have all sorts of different things. So those are going to be really interesting to see. Are you going to have a dust storm? Are you going to have sand blowing all over the place? It's still way too much that we need to find out, because we're only going to play this because that's kind of what they worked on, and they wanted people to sort of see what this looks like. I mean, it's incredibly detailed for an early sort of pre-alpha game. The guns, everything's just fast-paced. It's not going to be as slow as you think it was going to be. I mean, I was expecting this to be way slower, and sort of, if you're thinking Red Orchestra, Heroes of Generals and all that sort of stuff, I was kind of thinking that, you know, it's going to be a lot slower. You have to do a lot of the animations, and when you're proning and when you're sort of shooting and all that. But I was pleasantly surprised to see it's a lot faster. I mean, some people are going to say, not really sure about that, but some of them are going to love it. Now, there is destruction in the game. I think there's more destruction than there is in Battlefield 4 from what I've noticed in just that little bit of gameplay. You can sort of change the map a lot. There's artillery fire. I mean, you've got that behemoth thing, the Zeppelin in the sky that's raining down supreme. You've got the tanks. You've got so many other things just out there on the battlefield, just sort of making your experience just a little bit different than what we had so far in the Battlefield game. Now, the couple of things I don't particularly like is that little sort of reticle, that little circle. It's basically the one that you have in Battlefront, and I've not really been a fan of that. So, I mean, maybe that's not going to be the final product. Maybe that's just something that they put in there. I mean, you'll see in a bit of action there with a sniper rifle. You've seen some of the LMGs, they do have some of the scopes, but there's a lot of weapons out there that do not have scopes. Now, That's going to be a bit of a problem for people that play the game a little bit later and they're not used to that sort of stuff, because not all the Battlefield games have all sorts of scopes. They were back in the day, you didn't really have that many, so you didn't rely on scopes too much. So it might be a harder transition for somebody that's fairly new, for say for the past couple of years, to sort of get into when this game is going to drop. But other than that, it's pretty interesting. It's pretty fun what we saw. The only thing that I'm kind of disappointed on, that the EA London side, where I was really short. I mean, literally you had 200-300 people trying to queue up to play, and you basically got like a match, and then that was it. You had to sort of be happy just with that. I mean, I went around the back and I re-queued again, and I got to play it again, so I can just sort of test the map on a different sort of level with fog and rain, because it was sunny on the first one. And I also wanted to use this the other sort of weapons and classes, because I played as a sniper the first time around. I just wanted to use some of the semi-autos, and look at that, man. Terry, he's mouse and keyboard, bro. You can't say no to that, man. He's just too cool for school, man. I mean, even Snoop was playing it, but I think he was high as a kite when he was playing it. But if I would have been next to him, I would have said pass, pass, bro, because that's just the way it goes. As for destruction, I can say there was a bit more destruction than it was in Battlefield 4. I didn't experience that much, since I only sort of hopped in a tank on a side. One of the tanks I hopped into can have a 3-man crew, so the first sort of gunner shoots like 90 degrees, and then 2 other gunners on the side have each side to sort of look after if somebody is attacking you. So destruction, if you're looking at Bad Company ways of destruction, you're going to have to wait till Bad Company 3, because this will not have as much as Bad Company 2 would. I did try out the medic a little bit. I picked up a kit, and it's basically like the one you remember from Bad Company 2 Vietnam, with the little syringe and the little sort of bag that he throws on the ground. So there's nothing really too special or anything you haven't seen before. And I love the way they've sort of gone about it. It's gone back to a sort of being a skilled game again, as it was back in the old days. So that's pretty cool, but we'll get to see more soon enough. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video for now. I will see you in the next one.